Hello everyone, my wife and I just finished a cruise on the beautiful Crown Princess to Alaska, and we wanted to give you a tour of Gatsby's casino to show you what the casino has to offer and tell you which machines were good for us and which machines were not good for us. This video was taken in mid-May of 2022 and was shot before the ship had left the port on the first day. That's why there aren't too many people around. That's also why the machines aren't turned on yet. They can't have the machines turned on while they're in port. There is an exception to this rule, and I'll tell you about that later. Another reason I shot this video at this time is because it's generally frowned upon to video record in the casino while people are playing. Now, I was surprised at just how large this casino was. It has dozens of video games, slot machines, video poker, plus plenty of table games as well. Now, my wife and I, we prefer the machines, so we didn't sit down at the tables at all during this cruise. We did find out that the cruise was only about half full, so the casino was never really crowded, and they have a great air filtration system, so I didn't find myself being bothered by smoke too much. The only exception to that was one night I was playing a video game and a pretty heavy smoker came and sat down right next to me. Now, speaking of smoking, it seems like one side of the casino allows smoking and one side doesn't. The only way I figured this out was I noticed that some machines had a little cigarette symbol on them and others had a cigarette symbol with a circle and a line through it. However, it does seem like most of the machines, especially the good paying machines, were on the smoking section side on the port side of the ship. That's the left side of the ship. Now, both my wife and I had a bit of luck on these machines right here. The mighty cash double up in the middle was good, but the one on the far right was incredible. I won jackpots of approximately $750, $300, and $500 on that machine. My wife won a jackpot of about $400 on it. Of course, there are no guarantees, and your mileage may vary, but just letting you know that those machines were good to both of us. Now, for the record, we were playing nickel denominations at 45 credits per bet. We also chose the double up option, which translated to $4.50 per bet. I tried the dime denominations and got a ton of free spins, but none of the spins amounted to anything, so the nickels were really luckier for me. If you haven't cruised with Princess lately, you should know about their medallions. A medallion is basically taking the place of the key card. When you first go into the casino, you'll set up your account, enter your personal PIN number. You'll notice that these machines have a round, lighted blue area on them. When you go to a machine, you put your medallion up to that blue area. It reads your medallion. You type in your PIN number, and you're ready to go. Put cash in the machine just like you would at any casino, and any winnings will be added to your account. If you want to cash out, you take your medallion up to the teller window, put it on a reader, put in your PIN number, and tell the teller how much you want to cash out. You can cash out all of it or just a portion. Personally, after a big win, I'd take out a few $100s just so I wouldn't be tempted to gamble it all away. Now, it is important to keep an eye on your account. My first day at the casino, I left with about $140 in my account, and the next morning, my account showed a zero balance. I talked to the teller, who called the manager, and within minutes, the manager had confirmed that a certain machine had glitched and the money hadn't been transferred to my account. He apologized and made things right immediately. Something else I noticed was that some of the machines I played weren't in top shape. On one machine, the keypad where you enter your PIN number wasn't working properly. There were certain numbers where they just weren't registering when you pressed them unless you pressed really, really hard. Another machine, I'd put a $100 bill in, it kept kicking it out. It wouldn't accept it. Went over to the next machine, boom, it accepted it with no problem whatsoever. Hey, if you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing. I have a fairly new channel here, and I'd really appreciate it. In the near future, I'm going to be showing you some very interesting things from unique places I'm going to, and I really think you'll find it interesting. Now we're moving to the starboard or right side of the ship, past the table games. As I mentioned, they offer a variety of card games, as well as craps and roulette. Now, during the cruise, they did offer some poker tournaments, but they did not offer any slot tournaments, which was a little disappointing for us because we both like the slot tournaments quite a bit. Coming up, you're going to see one of those coin pusher games like you'd see at a carnival or video arcade. I did see some people playing that, and I did see some people winning at this too. Next, we have Casino Vault and Cash Crane. I actually saw these two machines in operation when we were docked in port. I think that's because these games could be classified as games of skill instead of games of chance. Of course, the cash claw is just like in an arcade where you would go and get a stuffed animal or something, but they just have wads of money instead. Speaking of money, Crazy Money 2 gave my wife a small jackpot, and I had a few decent wins on it too, but this game coming up in just a moment, Miss Red, was just a lot of fun to play. It's a Little Red Riding Hood themed game, and the graphics and the music are fun. But there are several ways to win, and early in the cruise it gave me a few decent jackpots of $100 or more, but later on the game seemed to cool off quite a bit, and I think I may have broken even on that game, maybe even lost some money. Here in the back of the casino we have a Video Texas Hold'em machine, and I don't recall ever seeing anyone playing it though. By the way, we are on the non-smoking side of the casino right now, but like I said, even when we were on the smoking side, I couldn't tell unless I was sitting next to a smoker. And by the way, they also have a very nice bar in this casino, so if you'd like to have a drink or two while you gamble, that is the place to go. Next, we have a row of quick hit machines here, and usually I find these to be a lot of fun to play. However, they just weren't giving me any love on this cruise, so I didn't spend too much time or too much money on them. Hey, I know I shouldn't have to say this, but I will anyway. Remember, always bet within your means. On this cruise, we allotted ourselves $100 per day for gambling with, and we knew that there was every possibility that we could lose it all. So remember, don't bet any more than you're willing to lose. Now, here's that craps table I was telling you about. Pretty nice craps table. So, how did we do on the cruise? Well, after deducting our seed money from our winning total, it turns out that my wife walked away with about $300 in profit, and I had $1,400 in profit. Again, all of the big wins were on that far right Mighty Cash Double Up machine. Those wins from that machine alone were enough to pay for our cruise. So that's a look at Gatsby's Casino aboard the Crown Princess cruise ship. If you find yourself in this casino, I hope you have just as much luck as we did.